Hi, Aquarius. It's March. Now, before we get started, I have to say, I made a separate video because there's a lot of astrological aspects that are happening right now. Actually, planets changing signs. And Venus is going retrograde. It's so long that I decided to just do a separate guide, and then it's best to be informed. Mars is changing signs, our drive. Mercury is changing signs, how we're thinking. And Venus retrograde is, I didn't mean to curl my nose, but Venus is my ruling planet. And when she goes retrograde, like, ugh. Not ugh, but just very internalized. Just watch the video, y'all got it. Okay, so, hey, let's talk about the moons. There is a Virgo full moon on March 12th, yes, the 12th, and it lands in your 8th house. Now, I love the 8th house because it deals with, well, sex, death, and taxes, but that's such a general thing. It deals with spirit communication. It deals with connecting with people on an emotional level, like deep subconscious undercurrents, like picking up the undercurrents of a conversation. That's the 8th house. Or anything. It doesn't have to be a it's like not talking. It's not talking. So this is a full moon though, like we're releasing. So maybe it's time to let go of some of those things that the undercurrents kind of kill us a little bit. Like when you're in a conversation or being with a person or in a situation and you can no longer handle the strong undercurrents that are jabbing you in your ovaries or your testes, whatever, man. But like that. See how bad it is? There's a siren coming through. So that's the kind of stuff that you're going to be working with around that full moon, that the release, it's almost like there's going to be so much in your head, so much that you're feeling that you can't really talk about or describe because it's your feelings alone. It's the shit you're picking up on, and everybody else is just kind of like, because it's in your 8th house. The other Aquarians might get it, or Aquarius risings, stuff like that. But overall, like, and also there's well, and because it's in Virgo, you have a chance to really break it down. That's the thing. Because it's in Virgo, you have a chance to list it out. Like a Virgo does. Be like, compartmentalize. I'm going to list all of the things. And it doesn't have to be on paper because this is a very subconscious kind of house. You can just be like, as you're having a conversation or as you're in the situation, it's like your brain just goes 1, 2, 3, 4, like bullet points what's happening. So then you can actually release the truth of the situation. And when I say truth, I mean the undercurrent truth. And then you can release the fake of the conversation. I hope that makes sense because it's such a watery, weird house. It's hard to describe. But I'm going to try again. So that means when you're talking to someone, you're listing, like you can hear in your head the list of what's actually happening. Like if someone's saying yes, yes, yes to you, and you're like, they're saying no, 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 and it's because of this, this, this. Because of that truth, that, oh my God, what I can hear, you're able to walk away from that situation. You're able to find the truth in the falsehood. There we go. You'll be able to find the truth in the fake. Find the truth in the phony. So, and then you can walk away. You can release. You can walk away from it. Because things aren't as they seem. Some of your one-on-one relationship, well, and it's always been like that, but you're just finally able to dissect it. You've known it was there. You're a very perceptive sign, Aquarius. So then the new house, I'm all pink today. Hold on. I burned incense because my neighbor was cooking curry. Seriously, I have to get out of this apartment. And my throat was like, nah. Okay. So then there's an Aries new moon. This is what I read off of, if you can see. I write down so I know who's who, and there's Aquarius. Just in case you wanted to know. So there's an Aries new moon on the 26th, and it's in your 3rd house, and this is a great time to initiate new writing projects, to watch my Venus retrograde video, though. It's very important. Or watch my video on the aspects for March. It's a good time to initiate new forms of communication, new ways of thinking. Aries is quick. So your brain is going to be Speedy Gonzalez. It really, really is. You're going to want to write some of this stuff down. Think of it more as like initiations, baby initiations. Don't try to finish a project. Don't try to write a novel whenever Venus is in retrograde and Aries new moon is in your third house. But what you're going to get are some kick-ass initiating, pioneering seeds that you can plant in your third house. Third house is communication, short distance travel, which is also fine. You might find yourself going on like a quick trip, just jetting somewhere in the country, wherever country you're in, or in town or something like that, just right outside of town, but local short distance travel. It could happen really quickly, and that's fine. You don't need to worry about that kind of stuff. But definitely go with it because it could lead to new opportunities. Very zippy though. Your third house, it's all very zippy. This new moon around the 26th. Something happens quickly, and it has to do with communication, short distance travel, or writing. But again, don't try to put a button on it. Don't try to, ride the caboose of it. We're talking about the engine. We want to be in the front and moving forward. Don't worry about how it all ends. Yeah. So, Aquarius. Let's look at some cards. I'm using the Wild Unknown deck. The jury's still out on this deck. It's a very trendy deck, which sort of represents the trend of tarot to me. But because I felt so strongly about it, I mean, like, people really dig the illustrations. I did too. And then, but, when tarot got really trendy, it was like, this was the representation of it to me. So, because I had such strong feelings, I thought, I'm going to see what's triggering me. So, here we go. March. For the Aquarii. Okay. Cut it. Down. What we got? 1, 2, 3. Big month, guys. Big month! Big month, Aquarius. Big month. Big month. Did I mention it's a big month? Yes. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. I mean, that's a great way to start, right? It's like your luck is shifting. Whether things have been going... But here's the thing about the Wheel of Fortune. If things have been going so incredibly well, they might shift in another direction for a second. It doesn't mean totally bad. It just means like it might throw you for a loop. But usually when I see the Wheel of Fortune, I see that things are like, if you don't take a risk, it could shift. But risk keeps that wheel moving. You want to take a spin. You want to take a chance. There's a big yes coming to you. The Sun is a yes card. Yay, yes card. So, there's nothing but positive energy on this. It's like shining a light on a situation and being like, like, I don't know, like gnomes clicking their heels and dancing in a meadow is like the energy of that card. So listen, if you feel the need to take some sort of risk, let me tell you, it's going to turn out okay. Which is, I mean, that's good stuff, right? And it's taking you in a direction you might not have expected is what's interesting. It's not what you're thinking. No. It's actually something a little bit different than what you are expecting. No, it really, really is. It's like something catches your eye in your periphery. And it's not like it takes you in a total other direction. But there's a shinier coin on the other side of the room. And you've known that it's there. It's like there's, how do I put this? It's like there's a cupcake in the cabinet on the other side, in the kitchen. I just wanted to use the sound. So there's a cupcake in the cabinet in the kitchen, and you know it's there, and you know it's a good option, right? And you know that you kind of want it, but you've not let yourself have the cupcake. And then all of a sudden, you can't take it anymore. You know that cupcake is just, you can smell the icing, you can smell the cake, and you finally go over to it and you take a bite. Because you're ready. You're ready to take a bite. And then we have the Empress, which is, well, I mean, I think the Empress traditionally is one of my favorite cards in the deck. Because it represents giving birth to something. Creativity, nurturing. I mean, I don't think there could be a more positive reading for March for the Aquarians. So we're giving birth to something. I want to piece this guy together. The risk of giving birth and taking a chance on something that we knew was always there, but we weren't always necessarily ready to go to it. And it's different than what you think it is. That's the thing that I keep getting. It's different than what you think it is. There is a shift that happens, because then all of a sudden there's like a spotlight on this thing that you've known was always there, but you sort of left it in the dark. You didn't really want it. But now you want it. You see it for what it is, and you're ready to take a step. You're ready to take a bite into whatever it is that you've been hiding in the cupboard from everybody. Is that really it, hiding from everybody? I mean, whatever. I just hear it. I'll just say what I hear. So yeah, and it's a risk, because you're going one way, and it's might not be the way. Regardless, you'll be giving birth to something this month. There's something that's coming out of you this month. It could be a literal birth, but I don't see any. Well, that's not true. The sun. I mean, there could be a literal birth for some of you Aquarians this month. But it could very much be a creative project seeing the light of day. Something a little bit on the risky side. But just remember, honestly, no risk, no reward. If you haven't taken a risk, then I'm not so sure the reward will be, well, you get what you give. Your return will be what you've put out there. I love that I can talk to Aquarians in weird, because you guys compute differently. I have an Aquarius rising, so we can talk. And we also, Aquarius risings use weird voices. Aquarians do too, you know. But we shift into voices. So I love this. I really like March for you. I wish this was my reading. Risk, revealed, new direction, giving birth. Haha! It'll be a good month. But with that said, you really should take a peek at my video, only because I want you to understand what Venus retrograde really means for things, and how motivation shifts mid-month, and your communication. So there's that. Thank you so much for watching and subscribing and liking and loving and living and breathing and all of those things. Hey, have a good March. I'll see you next month.